from that point, we move on to as far as getting your separations done and building your art. It comes from finding reference and then taking it from that point. Have you ever Googled wings? You ever Googled skulls?
Everything.
Yeah, you can find all kinds of great references. Now, you can Google black and white traceable skulls. And I'm not encouraging you to go online and steal from anybody. But ultimately, there's so much reference there. And it's interesting how the stuff on Affliction, the stuff on the billboards, the stuff in the magazines all looks a little the same, doesn't it? That's because it is. It all comes from different... we were just in Germany for the FESPA show, and all this ironwork and scroll work, we found this cemetery that was like 400 years old, and that stuff's been around since the dawn of time. I mean, the information's out there, so it's just locating it and finding it. The funny thing is you take skulls are kind of falling away a little bit, but scrolls and ironwork and all those shapes, that type of thing, super popular. What we still say today is that skulls and scrolls have replaced surfboards and sailboats. I grew up at OP in the 80s. You see me in my little blue corduroy shorts, little OP on. And everything kind of comes back from board sports. If you think about a brand like Billabong, that's really today's board sport. It's a surf company that does skulls and scrolls and wings and that whole deal. So really it just kind of transitions, but it all really goes back to extreme sports, which used to be surfing. So the California, Ocean Pacific, Hobie, all that is today's Billabong and Quicksilver, and even now you swing the fight sports into it, and now you've got Affliction and Tap Out and those types of looks. The other one is the tattoo types of things with the Ed Hardy type of brand. I will caution you, everybody wants to know how to print that way and where do I find bleeding hearts and barbed wire. Like, open up a magazine, it's there, it's everywhere. I caution you, when you see a 40-year-old fat guy walking out of Walmart and just paid $9 for it, it may be a little bit played. So that whole look has been around for a while, and we just got back from Magic in Vegas, where they show a lot of the retail stuff that's going to be coming out in 6 months, and it's still real popular. The guy that owns the licensing for Ed Hardy, Christian Artigay or Artigear or whatever his name is, he's actually knocking himself off. So you got this huge Ed Hardy booth that, and you God love them. They built this $80 platform of retail T-shirts. Surely we can get 13. So that's a great price point that these guys have built for us. Well, Christian Artigay's got his own brand right next to Ed Hardy, even though if you're on the inside, he owns the brand. He's knocking himself off with $120 T-shirts, all bleeding hearts and skulls and the whole bit. But he's putting more rhinestone studs and eyelets and different things like that, so trying to elevate that price point. He's doing exactly what we're talking about here. He's just trying to take a T-shirt and make it special. Part of its brand. I mean, branding's huge, but a lot of it is all this extra stuff, this stuff that takes a screen print, makes it big, makes it soft, puts some bling on it, some eyelets, multiple locations, all that kind of stuff. So ultimately, we look to those guys, we look to the brands to kind of chase them around, and if we can offer that to our schools or our corporate accounts, we're killing it. Or even our smaller brands or our record labels or our small bands that we're chasing or whatever that might be. That make sense?